I miss the good old days of dating. My name is Eric, and welcome to the craziness that lives inside my head. In the 1970s, we didn't have the World Wide Web at our fingertips like these kids have today in the 2020s. We either hung out at gay bars or cruised the personal ads in newspapers. I like the bars better because what you see is what you get. The personal ads, you had to trust the enclosed picture of your consort will be the same as the picture when you go and meet for dinner. It wasn't always about meeting a man for a good fuck. If you were maternal, you wanted to meet your future husband to spend your life together. A companion, lover, and protector. Of course, having a husband that fuck your brains out is the icing on the cake. Your first meeting would be accidental at the bar. Straight or gay, it didn't matter. When your eyes meet and you both burst into smiles at the same time, it's exhilarating, which is something you can't get on the date app. You made plans to see each other again for dinner at a fancy restaurant. At dinner, you talk and get acquainted with each other. The next date would be dinner, more intimate at his or your place. There you would get more familiar with each other, and that spark is still there from the first encounter at the bar. Sex is optional. My dream date is entering my date's apartment with Barry White music in the background. We sit on the sofa and have coffee and cake. We talk about our future together. He looks into my eyes, and I become nervous, and tingling sensation floats through my body. We kiss for hours, then head to his boudoir. Now, you could have had the same kind of date if you cruised by way of the personal ads in the gay newspaper or magazine. These risks were the same as the date app of the 2020s. Reading their ads in the personals were the same as reading the profiles of a potential dates on the app. One of the main differences were you had to write a pen pal letter to your mate, wait for a letter response with a picture of your future date, return another pen pal letter with a picture and or your telephone number for a quicker turnaround response, then setting up a meeting place for your first date. In 1990, I met a guy through the personals. I showed his picture to a friend of mine who frequent the personals and the gay magazines. My friend knew who he was and had tricked with my future date. He has a huge cock. I mean, it is nice and thick. So, when you meet, think about how big his cock is. What are you talking about, I asked. Just do what I say. When you meet him, remember he has an enormous penis. I ignored my friend because I wasn't looking for a one-night stand. I wanted a companion. On the day of our first date, I asked another friend to stand with me on the corner of West 57th Street and 5th Avenue. I was going to use him as my alibi just in case we didn't go through that first date. If he didn't match the picture he sent me through the mail. As we waited on the corner, I happened to look down 57th Street, and within the crowded intersection, I noticed this guy on the corner across from us waiting for the light to change to walk from don't walk. Hey, you see that? Hey, you see that? I pointed to the dude across the street to my friend. Yeah, damn, that is one ugly motherfucker, he exclaimed. As we waited for my date, that boogeyman walked up to me. Eric? 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 Yes, I answered. Hello, I'm Jake, your date. My other friend's voice echoed into my head. Remember, he has a huge, big dick. I just couldn't. The guy was so ugly and horrendous, plus he was a woman in men's clothing. I just couldn't. Hey, Jake, this is my friend Charles. He just informed me that a mutual friend of ours is in the hospital, and I didn't have time to call you and let you know. We've got to go now. I'll give you a call when I get home. And off into the sunset Charles and I went. Also, in all honesty, the same thing happens when you meet a guy off the date app and their profile picture doesn't match the real thing. It's not like the good old days when you meet in person for the very first time, because then what you see is what you get. Thank you for listening to the craziness that lives inside my head.